All right, a lot of you have been emailing in your questions about financial situations, and today we're going to reach into the inbox and take some time to answer those with a specialist, of course. We do this from time to time. Joining us again, money and business expert Derrick Kinney to go through the inbox with us here on this Tuesday afternoon. Thanks for being here again, Derrick.
Hi, Jason. I look forward to this. Thanks for having me.
I do too. I always like to see, the things that are, affecting people's lives, and they write in some really good questions that I think apply to a lot of other people. So let's dig right in here. We're going to start with Enrique from Addison, who writes, I'm worried about my job. They've announced layoffs at my company. What should I do? Derrick, it seems like we hadn't been hearing about that a whole lot in the hot labor market, but it could happen. What should Enrique do?
Well, first of all, Enrique, my heart goes out to you. And the first thing is do not panic. The second thing is go talk to your boss and find out, is everyone affected? Is this going to be a voluntary thing? And let them know, look, if push comes to shove, I want to keep working here, if you do, and enforce that and emphasize that, because oftentimes they may say, you know what, we can find a way to keep you because not everybody has the same desire that you do. But financially, though, now you want to tighten the belt immediately and you want to work on only spending money on required things and cut the optional things to build up some cash reserve. I call it opportunity money to help you make better decisions. If you lost your job, you wouldn't have to jump for the first thing that may not be the best job for you.
That's a good idea. You're getting leaner, getting in shape, just in case you're tested here. So our next question comes from Amanda from Grand Prairie. She says, we're in a credit card crunch and barely able to make the minimum monthly payments. I don't want to panic, but what should we do? I think a lot of people, at least according to the figures relating to credit card debt right now, can identify with this one. Derrick, what do you tell her?
Well, Amanda, first of all, the key is that you're on top of things and you're aware of the problem. That's step one. Step two is call your credit card companies immediately, because the music that credit card companies love to hear are the words, I want to pay you, I need your help to do it, as opposed to waiting till panic mode when the bill is due tomorrow and there's no money to pay it. So call the credit card company, let them know, look, we want to pay it, we're in a tight spot, see if they can reduce the monthly payment down, maybe reduce your interest rate down, waive a fee here or there. The bottom line is the credit card company wants to keep your business. More importantly, Jason, they want to get paid. Money talks, and so by calling them right away, you stand the best chance to rework the deal and give you some flexibility in the short term.
And they're happier with that because at least they're getting something from you. Let's get to Rich in Fort Worth, who sends in a question. I have been offered an early retirement buyout from my company. How do I know if it makes sense to accept it? A lot of people might jump at these things when they see that dollar figure. How does he know something like that, Derrick?
Now, Rich, first of all, the fatal mistake that most people make when they get a large lump sum of money, they assume the stock market will keep doing what it did last year or most recently. So they may assume, well, I can live on 10% of what I get paid out. Here's the new reality. You want to assume about 2.5% to 3% withdrawal, because what that does is in years where the market drops and your advisor tells you don't spend too much, that lets the money not run out. So you want to ask yourself, could you live on about 3% of that amount per month? Or would you want to take that possibly and get another job that's better suited for what you want as you're closer to retirement? So there's no perfect answer for each person, but make sure that you're not assuming the market will earn more than it reasonably can.
All right, let's close out with this one here, Derrick. I really like this one. A lot of people find themselves in this when they're in a relationship. This is from Owen in Westlake. He writes, my wife and I are in constant conflict over money. I think she saves too much. She thinks I spend too much. How do we stop all the conflict? I'll let you handle that one because this is a big conflict for a lot of couples.
Well, from money expert to priest and rabbi and counselor, here I go, Jason. It's interesting because money is one of the biggest issues that couples have. And until they get a plan, it's going to be hard to really have the best marriage they possibly can. So here's what I would tell you to do. Find common ground. Go out to your favorite coffee shop, go out to a restaurant and say, honey, I know we have a lot of conflict. Let's write down on a sheet of paper what are the goals that we both share and begin to craft a plan of things you agree on, then figure out ways that you can each give and take a little bit to get closer to the common ground. Once you find common ground, most relationships are sound.
Yeah, you are giving some advice here, some relationship advice and money advice. Sometimes those are one and the same, Derrick. As always, thanks a bunch for coming on and answering all these.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jason.